everyone, Amy here. Welcome back to my channel, Paper Therapy. This is the Four Seasons Winter Collection. I used this paper pack to do a layout. This is the sticker sheet. I've used a little bit of stickers, but I used it to do actually a summer hiking layout. I thought it lent itself quite well to that. So I'm going to show it to you. You can see there's a bit of sun. I'm trying to block out the sun from the window, but let the natural light in, and it's tricky. So hopefully you can bear with me because I need the page protector because I have the flip flaps in. So I'll just tilt it a bit so you can see that picture. Some of you will remember it from, I took it off of another page I was going to do. This is a hike in the same area, and I've done the mountain theme again in the middle. Look back through my channel. Maybe I can link some pages that I used this mountain before. This is just from my stash, this embellishment cluster and this title. But this is from the sticker sheet, as I said. So that worked definitely with hiking. And these strips are from the sticker sheet as well. And so that is how I used it. I wanted to just kind of give you a hint of how it can be used. And this, the flip flaps just share a little bit more of the story of the boys hiking in this canyon with these metal things in the rock. There, you can see it there, pretty good. Anyways, enough about that. So that is that layout. I've used some of this. So I plan today to definitely use some of this sheet. I'm not fully sure which sheets exactly, but definitely this one. And then it's Christmas layout, so I do want to bring in Christmas story. Sorry, brain stalled there for a minute. So here's the Christmas story paper pack. I'll just flip the sheets. Haven't done that yet. And many of you, I'm sure, have seen it already. So I will not probably be focusing on red. You'll understand that when I bring in the pictures. And I probably don't really want the plaid. So I'm thinking for sure some stickers. For sure this sheet. These are both the sage, so they work. And then possibly this, or maybe something else from this paper pack, like possibly this one. So I'll just have to play around and see how it works out. And but definitely these will be the three main sheets I'm going to use. Another thing that I'm going to use is this stamp set. And I'll link that down below. It's still available with the thin cuts. So I think it's a well supplies last item though, but it's still there. So let me get things arranged, and then I will bring my pictures in and show you sort of what I'm thinking. Okay, I've started with 2 sheets of white daisy. I'm not guaranteeing that's how it's going to stay, but most likely, because the layout that I have planned has actually 11 photos. Quite a few photos. So I'm definitely going to go across the whole page with these nice narrow photos. I may cut them down a little more and trim them in black yet, just to show things a little better, just so they have a trim around them, but I might not too. I see this is slightly smaller already, so I could probably trim them enough just to leave a little white light in there, little white line. Sounds like a good plan. Excellent. These ones are not trimmed enough to do that, but I can just take a hair off some of them and that will totally work. I do like the white line in between. Okay, and then of course all I have to do is decorate the top and the bottom. And then I do have I only have a couple pictures of the filled stockings, and I also have my boys opening their t-shirts that they had gotten, and they got some more gifts, but I don't have pictures of those. And I have a lot of the ceiling. I thought about cutting these down, but I really feel like I don't love that, because then I like how uniform they are. I think that is less busy with so many pictures on the page. You know, I'm like the queen of tons of pictures. Everybody probably gets tired of that. I'm definitely going to be matting this one, and I think it will go here. And then these guys can go here and here. Something like that. So this is my boys, my husband unfurling our super tall skinny tree. This is just how the tree turned out. And he was really excited. It's the first time in our house with our vaulted ceilings. My son's decorating the tree. How they decorate it, they're very silly about it. And some gnomes I had made at Christmas. The finished decorated tree, them opening some t-shirts we had given them, and their stockings. And I am going to for sure use the stockings were hung by the chimney with care, even though these stockings were hung on the banister because we don't have a chimney. I still think it's cute, and everybody knows where it comes from and why you would put that. So it's either, I think I do kind of want to overlap these, so I might rearrange slightly just to cover up more ceiling in these ones. Or like a different one maybe can go at the start. But that is kind of the layout plan. So you can watch it. Once again, you can watch it come together. Here we have the Floral Snowflakes stamps and thin cuts. I told myself I wasn't allowed to have these because I have so many snowflakes. I love snowflakes, but then they went on sale, so I got them. And I absolutely love them. I'm so glad I did. I really enjoyed making this page with them. So on this page, I chose to do them all in black on white daisy cardstock. I pre-cut the cardstock first and then I stamped afterwards. It would have been easier actually to stamp them on the back of the Versamat, not using the white paper, but I was worried about getting my Versamat dirty, but it made it kind of hard because it was white on white, so it was harder to see the frame, but they worked out almost perfect. There's a few that were a little off, but I used them anyway because you'll never see them in a cluster, that they're not perfectly in the center of the thin cut. Also, you'll notice that I had said I was going to use the other side of this dark green paper. That's the second matting around this stocking photo. I was going to use the other side, and then I flipped it over just to see, and I liked it way better without the red because there's absolutely no red in my photos. So I just really, it just worked. It worked better. So I am using the side that is green. I think it's pine. And I'm going to use the stockings were hung by the chimney with care, even though we don't have a fireplace. So our stockings are hung on our banister. But I just don't care. It's part of a quote from a story, right? So I think it works. I decided to also bump in those pieces in the background. So it looks like a layer. I'm doing a layer, and I bumped them in so that there's a white trim all the way around, except for where the photos run across. And I quite like how that turned out. So I really like having that frame. I'm into frames right now. I think a lot of people are. I think it's kind of the in way to scrapbook, if there's an in way to scrapbook. So someday maybe I'll get tired of them and I'll start covering up the white completely. But for today, I left a little trim around the edge. I did ink all the edges eventually too, because I like to really define the edge of the pattern paper against the white especially. And I wanted to use this Deck the Halls because that's what we're doing, is we're decorating the Christmas tree. And then I only had a couple of pictures of my boys opening some gifts. So I decided to just squeeze them onto this page and kind of make it the Christmas page. You'll have heard me in a past video if you're frequenting my channel and watching more videos. And if you don't fast forward through them, I do a lot of fast forwarding through scrapbooking videos because I'm impatient and I want to see the end result. But if you do listen to the whole thing, you will hear me say that I don't love doing Christmas because of the eclectic colors and stuff. And I know you can print your pictures in sepia or black and white. I do that sometimes, but I don't always want to do that. So These pictures I love because it's of decorating in our house, and they're pretty well all in the same color tones. I even managed to buy my boys 3 t-shirts that fit my color tones, so go me. So I'm sort of arranging the snowflakes, which I just love. Snowflakes are round things, are so easy to arrange. They're akin to flowers. They're just really easy to decorate with. But then I recalled that I wanted to use the stockings on the sticker sheet, because where else am I ever going to use those stockings? And this page is perfect for them. I even have white stockings. So I do bring them in, and I end up rearranging my snowflakes a bit to kind of fit the stockings into the design as well. I just want to say that this is such a beautiful paper pack. Because I'm not a huge fan of scrapbooking Christmas, and I generally do a photo that I send off to Vistaprint, or in Canada we have Vistaprint, and that's where I usually send my photo with a little greeting on it. And because I have like 150 people that I send a photo Christmas card to. So because of that, I don't generally make Christmas cards. So I don't buy every single Christmas paper that comes along. But when it comes down to it, and I heard another, I think it's the She Shed scrapper, she said the same thing. She's like, green and red, Christmas is my jam. Well, I don't know if she said that, but something to that effect. And I would agree. Like, I just love the traditional Christmas colors, and I love that in this one, they brought in black. It's such a nice paper pack, really, with the gold foil. If you're into Christmas, don't miss this paper pack. It's so nice. And I'll have the paper pack, the stamp set, everything I used that's current, which is everything in this layout, I will have linked down below. And if you're wanting to get it and you live in Canada and you don't have a close to my heart maker, I would just absolutely love it if you would buy it from my webpage, which will be where it is linked to. So I would really appreciate that. And I would also really appreciate it if you enjoy videos from my channel, that you would subscribe to my channel. I now have 500 subscribers. It was very exciting to hit the 500. If I can get to 1,000, I might do a little surprise or giveaway of some sort. But I'm very excited about the 500. That was a milestone for me I was looking forward to. The left-hand side of the layout is now glued down, and so I'm just working on gluing down the right hand side here. And I did add some shimmer trim there on the bottom. I'll be adding it on the right side too. And you can either use shimmer trim or glitter paper. I will link both. Either will work. You just cut a strip off of the glitter paper and add it on. And I really like how it just brings out those touches of gold that are in the sticker embellishments, the sticker sheet. The picture with the cute little gnome on the far right were a little craft project I did with my nieces. I have boys, and boys are not that into crafts. I got my son to help me out with it a little bit, and all he wanted to do was work the glue gun. He's 14, my youngest son, and all he wanted to do was work the hot glue gun and not listen to anything I said. And the girls came over and they were just into it, and they were gluing together the hats, and it was just really fun to make those little gnomes. They're so cute. And it all started because I found in the dollar store what the beard is made from is this fuzzy roll of fuzzy trim. I don't know what you're supposed to do with it, whether it's to put it on a jacket. I think it's too cheap for that because it's dollar store brand. But that was where the making little gnomes was born from. So we just looked up a few YouTube videos of how to make gnomes, and we went to work and made some. We made a bunch for the Christmas tree too, and they're very cute. The picture to the right of the middle there, that I was just sort of putting the glue on the back of the picture, and I was kind of right on top of it with the two. Now I just put a paper on top of it. But with the two Christmas ornaments right at the top of the tree, that is my sons thinking they're so funny. This is how we're going to decorate the tree, and Mom will never get us to help again. So boys will be boys. But I do think these are just the memories that you have to document, because this was our last Christmas with all of our sons in school. And now our oldest son is still in school, but he's in university and he's away, and who knows how much he'll be home this Christmas. And so document the photos and remember the times, because times, they are changing so fast all the time. Do you have any good stories of the funny things your kids did at Christmas or while decorating? Put them in the comments down below. I just love reading the comments, and I thank you for all the compliments that you give me on the pages that I make. It's good for my ego. It's just nice to hear that people are enjoying it. It's not too much work to make the videos, but it is definitely an effort, and I'm glad the effort is worth doing because people are enjoying how the videos are turning out and getting ideas. And I'm hoping that you feel inspired from watching this. And if you want to copy the layout exactly, go right ahead. You may scrap lift. So normally I'm really a hoarder of the title stickers because I want to use them on different layouts, but all of these titles seem to work with this layout, and I just really liked these Christmas pictures. This is the first time I've really liked doing a Christmas layout this much, so I just thought I'm going to use all the titles. I love it because Christmas memories and the stockings were hung and deck the halls were all so appropriate. And every year we buy a real tree because my husband insists on a real tree, and he usually wants one that's so huge. And before we moved to this house, we had quite a small home, and it was like a Christmas tradition for me to get mad at my husband for buying too big a tree. Like, not mad, but like, why would you get such a big tree? We hardly have room in the living room as it is. So in this house, he was so excited to get a really tall tree. And because we have like vaulted ceilings, and he comes home with this tall tree, and then it ends up being really skinny. So we all had a really good laugh about that. Bringing in the little tiny snowflake stamp that comes with the floral snowflakes. It's just kind of one of those, add in some, I almost would compare it to a splatter, a tiny little splatter stamp. So I brought those in here and there around the clusters. It's a little bit tricky to find the places to put them, but I would say after trying it, and maybe overdoing it just there on the left side. Put them, if you're wondering where to put them in little gaps where there's a dent going in your cluster. That's a good place to place them. But in the end, they looked fine. They're just small, and you add a few little snowflakes here and there on top. And I did bring in the liquid pearls in the gold. I just love them. The only thing about the liquid pearls, in the gold, in all the colors, is it takes time for liquid pearls to dry. So you do have to just kind of walk away from your layout once you've put the pearls on, and just really give them a good long time to dry. But once they dry, they're on there, and they're kind of tiny, but I kind of like that about them, that they're just, and you can just put them exactly where you want them. They're very pretty. Here I'm just putting them in. Sometimes I put one in the center of a snowflake as well, of the larger snowflakes, just to kind of tie the gold all into the page. Well, that's a bit of a obtuse. Is that the right word for the triangle? The visual triangle is a little obtuse. It's a little lopsided. It's not a perfect triangle, but there is still a bit of a triangle there. And I do find that the clusters being predominantly white kind of has a place to rest your eyes. And I'm quite happy with the way this layout turned out, and I like the story that it tells. So that's all from me today. I will leave you with some stills, and thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me, and I will catch you the next time. Bye.